Good afternoon, Kurt Capra here with your daily recap for this Friday, May 26th, ahead of the long Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys are all getting ready to set out and enjoy the extra day. But before we do here, it is market closed down here just a little bit, but after the string of winning days we've had, it's a very strong environment that we've seen. A little pause here today ahead of the weekend, quite frankly, was probably to be expected, regardless of the fact that it is a long weekend. The market having rallied 6 days in a row to new all-time highs and through the prior high, just a combination or recipe for a pause. So, it is what it is. Really had a slow day. You can see extremely narrow in range as well. If we look at the weekly chart, or rather the hourly chart, you'll see in more detail how tight today's range was. S&P playing in the highs here around 241.80, the low around 241.55ish. So again, very tight range that it was playing within. So again, daily chart, little pause here. We may see continued consolidation as we look forward into next week, maybe get a little pullback before we then push higher some more. Looking at the Qs, they were also strong here, but still trading inside of yesterday's range, closing up near the highs of the session, actually closing at new all-time highs once again here. So there seems to be very little that has this market on edge or afraid. Even to the degree that traders are fearful, they're just hedging it. It would appear, you look at gold, which was up here today. Gold is used as a hedge against the market or concerns of a pullback or correction. Gold was up here today. TLT also got a little bit of a lift here today. So again, some of these safety assets were being bought today as I said, maybe more of a hedge into the long weekend than anything else, as traders still believing the market can continue higher. Looking at oil, got hit hard yesterday, bit of a bounce back today, but nothing that really has put into question the weakness that we had yesterday. So we'll see how that plays out. Energy was weak yesterday, took a little pause here today. I think this is getting set up though for another drop as we look forward into next week. So under this prior pivot low, and energy is probably at that point going to accelerate. If you look at the weekly chart, it's got plenty of room to move down. I think $60 is really the next significant reference point or number for energy. So I think it's going to be heading down into that $60 range. You got all this support over here to the left, but to be honest, it's been dealing with it, right? As it pulled back, it absorbed some of it. You had this bottoming tail here absorbing some more of it. So, as I said, looks like $60 is going to be your next stopping point for XLE. The banks, looking at the banks, they had a little bit of a bounce back day here. Nothing too impressive, but they were able to hold in at the prior support level that was tested yesterday, right? Came down, tested that pivot low. Little bit of a consolidation here today. So double bottom, right? Let me get rid of some of these lines here. Looks like we may have a double bottom in play. So next week we're going to look to see if that is in fact what plays out, right? Will we break higher and get through this area? So again, we'll watch for that. And if that happens, then you'll definitely start to see the S&P accelerating to new all-time highs once again. This is, if anything, maybe one of the softer sectors in the market here that's holding it back. But if this wakes up, then you could be in for some very strong momentum higher. One of the other sectors that was once again weak here today, IBB. IBB was weak yesterday. Let me go to the daily here, and you can see that here it is, weak once again, threatening to break under this 288 level, closing down near the lows of the session. So I'd be looking for this to break lower next week and really start to accelerate lower. And just take a quick look at some individual names here. Apple has been pausing, not a whole lot of action going on, really tight range following such a strong run. So no real surprise there. Looks like we're getting a little bit of money rotating away from Apple and into some other names. Tesla, for example, really strong these last couple of days as it's now back into the prior highs around well, we'll call it 330 just to use round numbers. Not quite that level, but right up under there. So looks like it may be able to continue higher here next week. Definitely keep an eye on Tesla. It seems to be waking up, getting ready for another run. You got Netflix, which was strong yesterday. Little consolidation here today, so this could be getting ready to push higher once again. Facebook pausing after 2 nice days on Wednesday and Thursday. So, there's definitely been some strength out there. Microsoft has had a nice 2 days into the long weekend as well. So we'll continue to watch these names, update you guys as to what's going on a day-to-day basis. And like I said, markets are closed on Monday, so enjoy the extra day off. Enjoy Memorial Day with friends and family, and we'll get back at it here on Tuesday. So until then, guys, we will talk to you soon.